Hello everyone, welcome to concept classes. Today we shall do a letter to God by G.L. Prentice. Okay, he is an author, a novelist and a writer, okay, of several prose during his span of time. Okay, so one of the very important thing to remember about Mr. G.L. Prentice is that he played a pivotal role during Mexican Revolution. Okay, during Mexican Revolution, all the events that were taking place, Mr. G.L. Prentice, he took a note of it and then published a column. Okay, so this is how excellent of a writer he was. All right, so out of all the work of art which he published during his tenure of life, one of such was a letter to God. Okay, the name itself suggests that a letter has been written to God, right? So who wrote a letter? Why was the letter written? Okay, and was the letter served? We shall learn about this in the prose. Okay, so in case if you have done a letter to God before and if you have any doubt left in the back of your mind, I can assure you that after you watch the video, you will not have any doubt intact. All right, so kindly pay your attention for the time being, and I'm sure you can score 90 plus in this particular prose, okay, during examination. All right, so let me start by giving a brief introduction of the prose. There is a protagonist or the main character named Lancho. Okay, Lancho wrote a before I come to letter, Lancho was a farmer. Okay, Lancho was a farmer. He used to farm corn. Okay, though ripe corn is mentioned, though he used to farm corn. Okay, what is corn? I shall show you the image in case if you do not know what is corn. Okay, so he was a farmer who used to farm or cultivate corn in his field. Okay, what happened once that as there were no rain, he was hoping for rain. He was praying to God for rain. Okay, and his hope and his prayers were served by God as God blessed him with rains. All right, so he was very happy as there were rains. All right, again after a while it followed by hailstones. Okay, as it followed by hailstones, okay, hailstones had completely devastated his field. So as his fields were devastated, do you expect him to reap any money out of the cornfield? No. So what he did, he thought that he will die hungry the entire year and he will not be able to serve his family or meet any expense which will be upon him. So what he did, he prayed to God and he asked for money. How did he ask for money? He wrote a letter to God asking for money. Okay, how much did he ask for? He asked for 100 pesos, and how much was he served? We shall learn about it. Okay, so this is a very interesting story, and it also teaches you the moral of this story that you should never lose hope, no matter what happens in your life. Okay, ups and downs are the part of life. You should have utmost faith upon God, and you should keep on working. Okay, so let us start with the story. The house, the only one in the entire building. Okay, before I start, in case if you have any doubt after I teach you, in case, okay, I have used the word in case. Okay, in case if you have any doubt, you can either WhatsApp me or you can leave a comment down below. Okay, I shall answer to either of these at the earliest. All right, so let's start. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lancho, who knew his field intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Okay, so in the first paragraph, we come across the house. Whose house? It is Lancho's house. Okay, where his house is the only one in the entire valley. This is very important. Okay, this may come as MCQ. His house is the only one in the entire valley. So this is why I have inserted this image so that you can retain it in the back of your mind. Okay, the image. Okay, though this is not Lancho's house, but this image will help you during your examination to retain the picture of it. Okay, so his house was the only house in the entire valley. All right. Where was his house located? His house was located, sat means located, okay, on the crest of a low hill. Crest means top of a low hill. Now some of you may assume that, sir, how can a house be located on the top of a hill? Okay, in case if you assume this kind of house, okay, you are very humorous as well as you are wrong. Okay, so this is not the house of Lancho, okay, because if Lancho moves here, the house will move this way, okay, the seesaw. Okay, this is what we played during our childhood time. Remember, okay, we used to play with our brother or sister, with our siblings. Okay, we sat here. Okay, and used to go up, and when this person pushed back, this went up. This is called seesaw, right? Remember, seesaw. Okay, so Lancho's house not some sort of a seesaw. Crest of a low hill means you can imagine his house being this way. Okay, somewhere here, right? Supported by some, some base. Okay, some foundation of the house. Okay, so this is this is the image you can form in the back of your mind. Okay, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river. From his house, what was he able to see? He was able to see the river and the field of ripe corn. Okay, so this may again come as a question. What was visible from his window? Okay, river. Number one was river and was field of ripe corn. Okay. Okay, what is the opposite of ripe? It is unripe. Okay, in Hindi we say pakawa. Okay, like ripe mangoes, pakawa aam. Okay, so ripe, this is what it means. Okay, so ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing, the earth here refers to soil. Okay, earth here refers to soil. Remember this. Okay, earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. This is very important. Okay, downpour or shower. Do not confuse this as one. Both are completely different. Okay, downpour and shower. Downpour means heavy rain. Okay, and shower means mild rain or light rain. Okay, so this is the difference between downpour and shower. Throughout the morning, Lancho, who knew his field intimately means very closely, okay, or very well, right? Because he is the one who is farming his field, so he would know his field very well, or he would know his field intimately. Okay, had done nothing else but see the sky towards northeast. Why was he seeing the sky towards northeast? Because he was hoping for rain. Okay, as I told you initially before I started with the prose. Okay, I hope I'm clear with the first paragraph. Okay, so his house was the only one. This is what you have to remember. Again, what was visible from his house? It was the field, river and field of ripe corn. Okay, done. So this is what was important from the first paragraph. Again, downpour or shower. Downpour means heavy rain and shower means mild rain. Okay, now we are really going to get some water, woman. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working near the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house, until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." It was during the meal that, just as Lancho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. Okay, before I proceed any further, let me just explain you this paragraph. Okay, see, now we are really going to get some water, woman. Maybe he saw the mountains of cloud. Okay, so he had predicted that we shall get some water. Water here refers to rain. Okay, women here refers to his wife, though it is nowhere mentioned that the woman is his wife. We are just assuming. Okay, we assume that the woman is his wife. Okay, in case if someone asks you that is it anywhere mentioned in the prose, no. Okay, now you may ask, sir, on what basis do you assume that woman is his wife? It is on the basis of the boys or the children. Okay, so the woman who was preparing supper means dinner, okay, replied, "Yes, God willing." God willing means if God wills. Okay, the older boys, see, this is, okay, older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house, until the woman call to them also. Okay, so with these children we come we we can assume that the woman is his wife. Okay. Come for dinner. What did she call them for? Come for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Lancho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. Okay, remember he told his wife, okay, that there will be some water. So big drops of rain began to fall. Okay, I hope there's nothing much to explain in this paragraph. Okay, in the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. So this is the image which I've inserted here. Okay, the huge mountains of clouds, right? I hope you are able to see this. Okay, so huge mountains of clouds can be seen approaching. Okay, and beneath this are the fields of ripe corn. Okay, now in the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. Okay, the air was fresh and sweet. Why was the air fresh and sweet? It was due to rain. Okay, see, the man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body, and when he returned, he exclaimed, these are not raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5s. Okay, so as he was anxiously waiting for rain, and as it started to rain, he was profounded with the thought of going out and feeling the rain on his body. Okay, so he went out and enjoyed the drops, every drops of rain on his body. Okay, so and as he came back home, he told his family members that these are not rain, these are these are not raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. So this is very important. Okay? So raindrops are compared with new coins. Okay, if this question is asked as an MCQ, multiple choice question, that raindrops were compared with new coins, yes, it is true. Okay, so okay, where is it? These are not raindrops from the, they are new coins. All right, you can mark this as MCQ in your text. Okay, the big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5. So new coins are again bifurcated into 2. Okay, are bifurcated into 2. One are big drops and little drops. Okay, big drops were of how much? Those were of 10 cent. Okay, and the little were of 5 cents. Okay, 10 cents and 5 cents. Okay, so what are cents? These are just for general knowledge. Okay, as in India we know 100 paisa is equal to 1 rupee. In the same way in USA, okay, or in any American countries, right? So in any of the American states, okay, USA, 100 cents makes $1. Okay, 100, just in India 100 paisa is equal to 1 rupee. So in USA 100 cents is equal to $1. All right, so just remember this. Okay, so new coins were bifurcated into 2. One were big drops and little drops. Big drops were of 10 cent and little drops were of 5. Right. Again, you may ask, sir, why did Lancho compare rains with coins? Right, Lancho compared rains with coins because with rain his harvest will grow, right? His field, okay, I mean his crops will grow fruitfully, right? He will have good harvest basically. Okay, with good harvest, when he goes to market, he will be able to sell his good harvest and earn what? And earn money. That is why, and how will he achieve good harvest? With the help of rain. Okay, so rain will give him good harvest. Good harvest will again give him money. So that is why rain was compared with money, right? In case if we have this, had that doubt. Okay, now, okay, I hope I'm clear so far, right? Moving ahead. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. Okay, draped means covered. Okay, draped means covered, and curtain is a piece of cloth. Curtain in Indian context we say parda. Okay, okay, done. So curtain is basically, in Indian context we say, but I hope you are able to contemplate this. Okay, curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow. But this is very important. Okay, but suddenly what happened? Everything twist and turn. Okay, see, but suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. This is very important. Very large hailstones began to fall, and this word marks the the thought in the mind of Lencho to write a letter to God. Okay, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. Now this is very important. What did he compare rain with? He compared rain with new coins and hailstones with new silver coins. This is very important. Okay, this may come as MCQ. Rain with new coins and hailstones with new silver coins. Okay, kindly mark this as MCQ. You can note this down, okay, for your examination. Okay, so this truly, this is how you should read between the lines. Okay, and no one can stop you from securing 95 plus in your examination. Okay, this is how toppers are born. All right, so see, these truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. The boys are his children. Okay, exposing themselves to the rain because they did not they were out to feel the pleasure on their body. They were basically playing. Okay, they, young hearts. Okay, so this is what they were playing. Okay, so ran out to collect the frozen pearls. Frozen pearls are these. Okay, these are some of the kind of ornament which are worn by ladies during some occasion. Okay, kind of ornaments. Okay, so exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. Okay, we know what hailstones are, right? Okay, this is what we played during the olden days. Okay, during our childhood days. Okay, good days. Anyway, so I hope I'm clear with this. Okay, what was very important thing to note here was that, okay, these here refers to hailstone. So hailstone was compared with new silver coins. Okay, this is very important here. You can mark this as MCQ, new silver coins. Okay, I'm repeating again and again. Okay, now it's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. Exclaimed, okay, we came across previously, I did not mention there. So exclaim means when something is said with emotions or feelings. Okay, emotions or feelings. Remember exclaimed, he said just somewhere here. Okay, see, exclaim, this exclamation was of joy, but in this context he was feeling sad. Why? Because he's saying it's really getting bad now. Okay, as hailstones commenced, he thought that no, this might stop. But did hailstones stop? No. Okay, what did hailstones do? See, I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. Okay, he thought that the hailstones would pass quickly, but did it pass quickly? No. And as it did not pass quickly, what did it do? It destroyed the field of ripe corn. Okay, for an hour. This is very important. How long did hailstone last? Hailstones lasted for an hour. Okay, for an hour the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if it was covered with salt. Okay, as the hailstones lasted for an hour, it covered or it transformed the entire field of ripe corn into a white field, and he compared the white field with salt. All right. Okay, this is not that important, but in case if it is asked, okay, that the field was white, what was it compared with? It was compared with salt. Okay, I don't find this important much. I don't find it much important. Okay, now, not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, a plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. Okay, so he was completely distressed with such incidents, with the disaster which was caused naturally. Okay, so what happened after the hailstones passed. Okay, so not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. I told you, right? The corn was totally destroyed. Okay. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lancho's soul was filled with sadness. Okay, it's obvious. Okay, I mean, after all the hard work that he has put on, and hailstone had put everything into the path of destruction. So that is why his soul was filled with sadness. Okay, so when the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his son, a plague of locusts. So what is plague of locusts? So these are locusts. Okay, I hope you are able to see the image. Okay, this is an image of a locust, right? Okay, in case if you have watched the latest news, okay, in the month of February, okay, plague of locusts had passed from Pakistan to the towards the state of Punjab. Okay, and it had damaged several fields. Okay, or the the cultivation of the farmers at Punjab. Okay, so it was a very difficult time for them, though it has passed. Okay, nothing lasts forever, but it has completely destroyed their field. Okay, you can just watch out the news on that. Okay, locusts, you can just type this keyword locusts Punjab. Okay, you'll find this news. Anyway, so a plague of locust, what is the grammatical sense which is used here? This is collective noun. Okay. What is a noun here? Locust is a noun. Okay, in case if you have watched my previous video, or you can browse my playlist, okay, you'll find a video of noun. Okay, you can learn it from there. Okay, so locust is a noun. What noun? Common noun. Done. Okay, and the plague of locusts means collective noun. So sheep, when there is one sheep, we say it's a common noun. Say there are 1,000 sheep, will you say there are 1, 2 and 1,000 sheep? You will say herd of sheep. Okay, so herd of sheep is a collective noun. Plague of locusts is a collective noun. Okay, so a plague of locusts, Lancho said to his sons that a plague of locusts would have left more than this. Okay, had a plague of locusts passed through the field, okay, of Lancho, it would have damaged less compared to hailstone. Okay, so in case if I prove it, term it mathematically, locusts, hailstone. Okay, this is just for you to remember. Okay, now this year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We shall go hungry this year. Okay, so this is very, he was filled with sorrow. Okay, so this is what he was thinking in the back of his mind. Okay, as he is not expecting any crop, so he will not be able to sell and reap any money out of it. Okay, so he was very worried to meet all the expenses of his family. Okay, so this is what was the narrative that was going on. Okay, but in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house, solitary means lonely. Okay, remember his house was the only house in the entire valley. Okay, in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Okay, and it lands us to a letter. Okay, so we shall come across this now. Help from God. Don't be so upset. Even though this seems like a total loss, remember, no one dies of hunger. Who said this? This is Mr. Lancho. Okay, okay. Mr. Lancho, he had utmost faith upon God. Okay, he was a very religious person. Okay, so he, as he had faith upon God, he said that don't be so upset. Even though this seems like a total loss, remember, no one dies of hunger. Okay. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. Now you may ask, sir, who are they here? They here refers to his ancestors, okay, or his grandparents or his great grandparents, who have taught him that no matter what happens in your life, you should always resort your faith upon God. Okay, so they can refer to his parents, okay, grandparents or great grandparents, okay, or his ancestors, whoever there. All right. I mean, howsoever he has derived this knowledge of resorting faith upon God, okay, under any circumstance. All right, so that's what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lancho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. This part of the paragraph is complicated yet interesting. Okay, this is where is it? Okay, see, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed. Whose eyes are refers to the eyes of God. Okay, why did he say this? Whose eyes, as he had been instructed. He had been instructed by whom? By his parents. Okay, he was told that the eyes of God can see everything. Are you able to notice these commas? Okay, whose eyes, then comma, as he had been instructed, again comma. Okay, so this is how you part your sentences when there are some, when the interpretation is different. Help of God, comma, this punctuation marks are very important here. Okay, when you go through your textbook, you can notice this and you'll be able to contemplate it easier. Okay, sorry, easily. Okay, so help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, again comma, see everything. Who sees everything? God. Okay, even what is deep in one's conscience. Deep in one's conscience means deep in one's heart. Okay, even if you do not say this, okay, you just have it, you just have the hope of doing something great in your life, and you have it in the back of your in your heart, and you work hard for it, and you do not say this to anyone, I can assure you that God will leave no stone unturned to help you meet your expectation and or to achieve your foreseen vision in your life. Okay, so always have faith upon God no matter what happens. Okay, I'm not the religioustic sorry, not the religious kind of a person. Okay, but good things have happened to me. Okay, anyway, okay, so see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Okay, Lancho was an ox of a man. So what is ox of a man? Ox of a man means hardworking. Okay. Okay. Even what is deep in one's conscience. Lancho was an ox of a man man working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. Again, this brings us to another MCQ, that Lancho was literate. Lancho was literate. We do not know whether Lancho was educated or not. Okay, because his education, because his qualification are not mentioned. But as he is able to write a letter, as he can write a letter, Lancho is considered literate. So if this question is asked that whether Lancho was literate, Lancho was literate, true or false? It is true. Okay, all right, done. So this may again come as MCQ. Okay, so this is how you interpret and and read between the lines. So always have this, try to learn how to read between the lines. Okay, this will help you to crack NEET or JEE in first attempt. Okay, this is how they crack. Why? Because they know how to read between the lines. Okay, they don't read anything extra, they read whatever the material is being provided, but they do smart work. Okay, so this is how you crack your entrance at the first attempt, in your first attempt. Okay, coming back to the topic. Okay, even what is, okay, where is it? But still he knew how to write. The following Sunday means next Sunday. Okay, following Sunday means next Sunday. We shall do this in in direct and indirect speech, which is a part of grammar. Okay, and you have this in your in your class and curriculum. Okay, so we shall do this. Anyway, the following Sunday means next Sunday. Okay, this is one way of saying next Sunday. The following Sunday at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. ठीक है जी? Okay. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes, because the hailstorm. That's it. Okay, and he did not write anything. Okay, so this what contained in the letter. This is what he wrote in the letter. What did he write? He wrote that if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. Okay, this you can contemplate easily. Okay, let me see if there's anything to explain. I need 100 pesos. Okay, how much does he need? He requires 100 pesos in order to sow his field. Okay, sow his field means in order to cultivate again with with the seed. Okay, of corn. Okay, in order to sow my field. Acha, will he utilize all 100 pesos to sow his field? Yes or no? No. Okay, he will use part of 100 pesos, we do not know how much, to sow his field, again part of it to manage all the expenses until the crop comes. Okay, done. Sow my field again and to live until the crop comes, because the hailstorm why, you know, I mean these three dots, because he knows that God can, where is it, because he knows that God can, you know, God can see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Okay, the hailstorm was a natural disaster. Okay, so who causes the natural disaster? It is God. So God knows what had happened in that particular location. Okay, so he need not mention it again through a letter. Okay, so he stopped because the hailstorm that's it. Okay, because God knows, okay, what happened. Okay, so this is how you know, this is a big interpretation, in case if you do not know. Okay, now you know. Okay, now he wrote to God on the envelope. What did he write on the envelope? Sorry, what it is? Yeah. Okay, so what did he write on the envelope? To God. Okay. To God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled went to town. Still troubled means still worried. Okay, that whether his, you know, I mean his wishes will be fulfilled or not, he was very worried. Okay, after all the devastation that was caused. Okay, or I mean, you know, his crops are destroyed. So went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. We all know that there are certain stamps that are regulated by each and every country's, you know, I mean their postal department before they post any letter. Okay, so this needs no explanations. Okay, explanations. So one of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, means he was the worker of the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily. Who is the boss at the post office? It is the postmaster. Okay, postmaster, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. What address? Address to God. Okay, the postmaster, a fat, amiable. This is very important. Okay, MCQ. All right, this may come as MCQ. This gives a vivid description of the postmaster. Okay, in case if this is asked. Okay, the postmaster was fat and amiable. Fat we know, amiable means very friendly. Okay, amiable means friendly. Okay, fun loving creature. Okay, see, mentioned there, friendly and pleasant. Okay, anyway, a fat amiable fellow also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith." Okay, what faith is followed by an exclamation mark, means whenever something is followed by an exclamation mark, we know that that statement or that word has been said with emotions or feelings. Okay, in case if you have watched my video on Amanda, okay, you know that I have explained the usage of exclamation mark. Okay, this punctuation mark is used when someone is trying to express their emotions. See, when you type to your friend on WhatsApp, okay, you send these emojis. Okay, sometimes happy, you know, sometimes sad, right? But GL Fluent is in this case cannot use what faith and cannot draw this, right? Isn't it? Can you draw this? No. Okay, so that is why instead of drawing this, what do authors or writers do? They put exclamation mark. Always remember this. Okay, and I hope most of my students know this already. Okay. What faith? I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter. Okay, starting up a correspondence with God. Correspondence means friendly discussion. Okay, what was the discussion all about? As he was asking for 100 pesos. Okay, so in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. What was the okay, before I explain this paragraph, let me tell you, like, do you suppose that God would help him? Yes or no? No. Will God be able to provide him 100 pesos? Not at all, right? So in case if he is not provided with 100 pesos, would Lancho's faith still be intact? Yes or no? No. Okay. So in order not to shake the writers, who is the writer here? Mr. Lancho, not GL Fiorentis. Okay, writer of the letter. Okay, the writer's faith in God, that the postmaster came up with an excuse me, postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. So if the letter is being answered, okay, Lancho presume that the letter has been answered by God. Whereas who is actually answering the letter? It is the postmaster. Okay. Okay, in case if someone is worried that who is this lady over there, okay, so this is the face. Okay, I shall make use of this, okay, to explain you something. Okay, so I hope you have seen this. Nice, very pretty. Okay. Okay, now listen. Okay, where did it go? Let's see. But answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, it needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper. Okay, but as you know, to answer the letter, who was supposed to answer the letter? It was the postmaster. Again, postmaster, after reading the letter, came across the idea that only ink, paper, and goodwill will not work. Okay, goodwill means reputation. His reputation as a postmaster. Okay. Okay, so more than goodwill, ink, and paper, what else will he need? It is money. Okay, but he stuck to his resolution. He said, okay, no matter whatever extra do I need, what is the extra will he require? It is the money. But he still said that, all right, if it requires money, if it requires more than goodwill, ink, and paper, I am still willing to pay for it. Okay, but he stuck to his resolution. Okay, resolution means resolution. Okay, how do I explain this? Determination. Okay, yeah, I can say this. Determination. Okay, resolution means determination. Okay, or you can say decision. Okay, decision, like, you know, I mean, we make New Year resolution, isn't it? Okay, every New Year we make resolution that we would do so and so. Okay, we shall go to Mars. Okay, though in the next year we are still on Earth. Okay, we personally, I'm saying, okay, I'm not talking about Mr. Elon Musk or, you know, Jeff Bezos. Okay, I'm talking about myself, Mr. Apunti Chaudhary here. Okay, okay, now, okay, coming back to the topic. Okay. Okay, but he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary. Okay, okay, let's get serious here. Okay, this is very important. He himself gave part of his salary. Do we know how much did he give? Sorry, how much did he give? No, he gave part. Part does not decide at all the amount which he had forgone. Okay, or he had given or sacrificed. Oh sorry, not sacrificed, or had given as charity. Part does not resemble any percentage. It can be 2%, or it can be 30%, or it can be 90%. We do not know. Okay, so do not assume any amount. If it is said part, it is part. If the option is given half means how much? 50%. The answer would be false. If someone says, if it is given quarter, means what? 1/4. 1/4 means 25%. Is it 25%? No, it is part. We do not know the actual amount. Okay, why am I stressing on this point? Because the questions may be twisted as half or quarterly, and you may mark it as half. फिर बोलोगे सर आपने बताया नहीं. Okay, I'm telling you that it is part. Okay, so we do not know the amount. It is just a part. We do not know. Okay, so he himself gave part of his salary. Several friends of his, okay, several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. Now see. What did I wrap this? He himself, postmaster, who were the contributors of the money? It was the postmaster. Number one was the postmaster. Okay. Again, his employees, and number three were his several friends. Okay. So postmaster was one of the contributor. Employees were one of the contributors. Okay, and several friends of postmaster. Whose friends? Postmaster's friends. Okay, were one of the contributors. How much did they contribute? We shall come across this. Okay, but before I tell you, okay, they contributed 70 pesos. This is the total amount. Okay, we do not know how much is the contribution of postmaster, how much is the contribution of employees, and how much is the contribution of friends. Okay, this is the total amount. Okay, the separation is not given there. Okay, nor will you assume during examination. All right, do not assume any amount. Okay, so he himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. Okay, obliged. Why? Because he was a postmaster. So you know they had enormous respect towards the postmaster. Okay, so obliged to give something for an act of charity. For an act of charity means that it was given as a gift. Had the amount been given as a loan to the postmaster, okay, for on behalf of God, the money would have been returned back to the friends. Okay, so this was given as an act of charity, means as a gift. Okay, will the money be asked back? Yes or no? No. Okay. Okay, excuse me. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. For him here refers to the postmaster. Okay, him here refers to whom? The postmaster. Okay, together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. Little more than half means 51%. He asked for 100 pesos, right? So what is the 51% of 100 pesos? It is 51 rupees. 51 pesos. All right. Until this paragraph, we do not know how much. Okay, this 70 pesos I have told you in advance so that you have this clarity in the back of your mind. Okay, that how much money was collected in reality. Okay, but so far we do not know how much was collected. Okay, it was more than half. Okay, those 70 pesos will be mentioned in the later stage of the prose of this chapter. Okay, okay, little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lancho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. Okay, so as postmaster replied the letter, what was written on the letter? God. Only God followed by money. How much was it? 70 pesos. Okay. Okay. The following Sunday means he went to post a letter on one Sunday. So suppose on 7th of any month. Okay, again on 14th of that month. So 7th was one Sunday when he posted the letter, and 14th he went to inquire about it. Okay. The following Sunday, Lancho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. So what is contentment? Contentment here is written as satisfaction. Okay, but if you want to know, an in-depth meaning, contentment means happiness over others' happiness. Okay, so suppose your friend has asked you for notes, okay, on English, on Lancho. Okay, done. So you have given him the notes, and on the following test he has secured 30 out of 30. So as a friend, will you be happy or not? You will be contented. Okay, means you will feel happy over your friend's happiness. This is called contentment. Okay, so experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Okay, so in this paragraph, what is mentioned, that as Lancho came and inquired about the letter, the letter which was replied by the postmaster was handed over to Lancho by the postman. Okay, and the postmaster was perceiving everything from his cabin. Okay, or from his from his room. Okay, from his office means from his cabin. Okay, they have their own cabin or the chamber. Okay, because he's a postmaster. Okay, not any employee in the post office. Okay, Lancho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. This is very important. Okay? This may again come as MCQ. Slightest surprise. Now, if you write a letter to God before you go to bed, okay, and you wake up in the morning and you find 100 rupees under your pillow, will you not feel surprised? Yes or no? Yes. But was he surprised? No, he did not show a slightest surprise. Again, you may ask why? Because he has utmost or enormous faith upon God. Okay, as he had faith upon God, he knew that his letter would not be turned out. Okay, and he would be paid the amount of 100 pesos. Okay, so this is that is why he was not surprised seeing the money, but he was angry. Okay, we shall know why. On seeing the money, such was his confidence upon God, but he became angry. Okay, this is very ironical. Whereas he should have been surprised. Instead of being surprised, Mr. Lancho is getting angry. Okay, Mr. Lancho got angry. Why did he get angry? When he counted the money, God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho. Okay, this is the level of faith. Okay, what faith? What he had requested. What did he request for? 100 pesos. But counting the money, he found 70 pesos, which made him very angry. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. Okay, until this paragraph, we did not come across 70 pesos. Okay, I'm mentioning 70 pesos again and again so that it does not create any conceptual, distortion in the back of our mind. Okay, so on the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling on his brow. Okay, we know eyebrow, right? These are eyebrows. Okay, these are eyebrows, and this is the part of brow. Okay, are you able to see this wrinkle? These wrinkles. Okay, when we grow old, or even this wrinkle. Okay, all these cracks on screen are called wrinkles. Okay, so these are wrinkle on his brow. Okay, 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 wrinkling on his brow. So why was it caused? Why the wrinkle on his brow? Why? Because it was caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. Okay, he was thinking, okay, or he was introspecting as to what to write on the letter to ask for the rest of the money. Okay, when he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed. Did he put a glue on the stamp? No, he licked it. Okay, this is not very important, but in case. Okay, he licked it. Did he put a glue? No, he licked it with his saliva. Okay, stamp which he licked and then affixed the envelope with a blow of his fist. Okay, this is the this you can imagine as Lencho. Okay, imagine this being a letter. Okay, where he is using the blow of his fist to affix the the letter. Okay, the envelope, not the letter. Letter is letter was put inside the envelope. Okay, the envelope with the blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said means what was written. It said means the writing on the envelope. Sorry, what am I saying? Envelope. Writing on the letter. Okay, it said, God. What did Lencho write? Okay, remember all the effort caused by him wrinkling on his brow. What did he write? He wrote, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos. Now we come across the money that was sent by which was received by the postmaster, contributed by his employees and his friends. Now we come across the amount 70 pesos. It is nowhere mentioned until this paragraph. Okay, 70 pesos. Now you know that how much was given to him. It was 70 pesos. All right. God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Okay, see, this is very ironical. Whereas Lencho should have thanked the postmaster and his fellow colleagues and his friends, right? But what happened? What is the ironical here? That he is calling them a bunch of crooks. Crooks means cheat. Okay, done. Okay, so this is very ironical here. Done. So now he has asked the money from God directly. He is asking the money from God. He is saying that God, send the money to me directly. Don't send it to me to post office, because post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Okay, from this statement, can we assume that Lencho had thought that 30 pesos were stolen by the postmaster and his colleagues? Okay, he did not mention anyone particularly. Okay, he said that post office employees had stolen 30 pesos out of the 100 pesos that was sent by God. For Lencho, how much did he receive from God? 100. Okay, God sent him 100, but how much did he receive? 70, and he thought 30. This is only for Lencho. Did it actually happen? No. But for Lencho, he thought that 100 was sent by God. Okay, 70 was received, 30 was stolen. Okay, so this is this story all about. Okay, okay, so the moral of this story is that always have faith upon God. Okay. But do your work. Okay, it is not that you know that they're just saying, remember, you know, by Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Okay, भगवान के भरोसे मत बैठो, क्या पता भगवान तुम्हारे भरोसे बैठा है. Okay, so with this remark, I'm concluding my explanation of a letter to God. In case of any doubt, kindly WhatsApp me or you can leave a comment down below. Okay, this is Sir Abdul here, signing off. Thank you and Jai Hind.